these corners here are done this way here. You're grabbing the cloth and you're pulling it straight back like that. So it's nice and tight all the way around. Once you got it tight, I lift it up. Using these two fingers, I'm gonna roll the cloth on the underside, mainly with my index finger. And I'm gonna push it underneath with my index finger. Two staples, because it's multiple layers, it's two staples, like that. So now it's tight. So I'm gonna work this first. I'm gonna pull back and away, because I'm trying to keep this tight over here. So anytime you have a bubble, you put a staple right there on top of it. So I'm pulling it back this way. So now it's nice and tight there. So you got a little bit of loose right here. So I'm gonna be pulling it back and towards me a little bit. Just snug. You're not yanking it tight. You're pulling it snug. Okay, smooth and smooth. Ball hits here, ball hits there. It's all nice and smooth. Okay. Do the same thing down here. This is the same thing here, just reversed. All right, I'm gonna pull back. Take my index finger, roll it underneath.
Yes, sir. I was just trying to give you an updated timeline.
And see, now this one, I got this one a little bit better than that one down there.
We should be getting this by 11. We're just currently doing some work on the wheels, and then
This is what you'll find doing it. If you're right-handed or left-handed, one side's always going to look different than the other one. The same thing, we'll be pulling it back a little. See, all your bubbles are covered. Third floor. All right, so now it's nice and smooth. Everything's nice and smooth. Before you cut the cloth, you always want to run your hands across, make sure no trash cut underneath here, because it's a lot easier to get it while it's before you pull that excess off. So it's nice and smooth all the way around. So what you do is cut all this excess off. Cut right to the edge of the staples. All right.
yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir. Yeah, nobody.
so now we're going to put, come on this side over here. Now we're going to put the skirts on. These pieces of metal have a beveled edge and a flat edge. You're going to use the beveled edge. You're going to go where the holes are. And it's nice and flush. That's what you want. You don't want the screws to go whack-jawed on you. You want them nice and flush. So put your screw in the center. This is nice and smooth. Sometimes you get a little carried away and make it a little higher. That's fine, as long as it's nice and smooth is what you want. Okay, that's done. Flip it around this way. And most skirts have decorative on them. And you'll see this is more rounded and this is more square. Even though the factory says this should be at the bottom and this should be at the top, it just looks better if you put this at the top, at the bottom, and this at the top. It gives you more surface area for that skirt to set on. It makes it sturdier. Now, when you put your first screw, you're going to make sure this is flush. You take your hand and you hold this firmly in place. You take that screw and hit dead center of that hole. That keeps that nice and flush. Then you come to the opposite hole, holding your skirt down and flush up to that. Same thing, you gotta make sure you catch dead center of that hole. Okay. Then your two center ones, you want to push down on it, and you want to take your screw just a little above the center of the hole. What that does, it causes that skirt to kind of seat down solid in the middle. And your last two are just run them in. Try to get them in the center if you can. Getting them in the center does several things. One, you get a full bite of that screw into the wood. If they go sideways, half your screw is going to be sitting back here, not into the wood. It's not as strong. So that is one finished rail right there. All right.
And that is the best structure you ever have, right there.